Adesanya keeps putting down little gems, little wonderful, delicious nuggets that I feel that some of you miss at times. So here's one that he just set down is he talked about the color of his hair for this fight. Now he used to have what he calls pink hair. I will admit I'm colorblind, but I thought it was red. He's calling it pink. I'm going to call it pink for the rest of the story. He's saying that he changed his hair from pink back to normal because his father told him that if he had the pink hair, Paulo Costa, if he was planning to be jab heavy in the fight, his eyes would pick up on that as a target, a bit of a beacon in the night, if you will. And I mean, I guess I understand it. There's a reason fire trucks are red, right? There's reason taxis are yellow. There are certain colors that just stand out. So, Adesanya got rid of the hair, changed it back to his natural color of black, and off you go. I just share that with you because that might be the most random piece of pre-fight advice I have ever heard. And I found it very interesting. I was on set with Adesanya after he had beat Robert Whittaker. Just speaking of fun Adesanya lines that might have gone over your head. And Adesanya, to remind you, was the interim champion. Whittaker was the undisputed champion. They went and fought. Adesanya shows up on the desk with a belt over each shoulder and says that he successfully defended his interim championship. He is now a double interim champion. That's gold. That's brilliant right there. And I always ask you guys to please consider Adesanya's actions, but his words as well. People love to call this sport mixed martial arts. But the arts is the important word, and all art means is a form of expression, which is why I also try to remind you the work that you do on the microphone and in the media before and after is equally as important, because that is the one great form of communication. That is what separates us from the animals, quite literally, is that we know how to communicate. So if you believe that you're watching the arts, you cannot accept the physicality of it without the psychological component of it. Okay. Adesanya, after his fight, not only did he line up his next fight, which historically he always does, but he also talked about something, and I'm not positive that you guys understood the reference. But he grabbed that microphone, and before he thanked his team, his coaches, his corner, his family, anything, before he said his piece, before he lined up Jared Cannonier, before he took his shots at his victim and Paulo Acosta, he started talking about, I told Dana White, 30%'s not enough, take 90%. This was in relation to athletes who miss weight. But I'm not positive that you guys understand where that was coming from. Okay. Adesanya trains at a place called City Kickboxing. City Kickboxing, in addition to Adesanya, or including Adesanya rather, had 4 athletes on the card. 2 of those athletes, being his teammates, fought opponents who missed weight. Those opponents who missed weight, who had an advantage, who contractually lied, who contractually breached, went on and won. So Adesanya was coming out in his first opportunity not to look out for himself, not to look out for... He wanted to look after his teammates who had fought earlier in the evening and who he believed had been wronged. Now that's a cool move. And much like defending your interim championship or changing the color of your hair because your father told you so, I feel like these are little gems that went down. Oh, there was one more. There was one more. You guys will remember against Whittaker, which was Adesanya's last fight when he came dancing to the ring, right? I guess that wasn't his last fight. Yoel was in between. Forgive me for not letting that be very memorable. He danced to the ring, though. And so they asked him, how come you didn't dance to the ring this time? And he said, well, the reason I did do it in Melbourne is I looked around the arena, there was 57,000 people. It was a very special night, record-setting attendance, and I just felt like I needed to do something for the moment aside from walk. So that's why I did that. He said, I considered doing it for this fight, but I looked around the arena. There was nobody here. It was a short walk, and I decided it wasn't called for. Now, that can be very simple, but there is still something to learn from that, which is that Adesanya thinks this through every single step of the way. He is not a kid that walks into a test without reading and doing the homework the day before. He studies, he pays attention, he thinks it through, he comes up with a strategy. The same as he does with, am I going to lead with a jab and follow with a kick, or start with a kick and end with a cross? The same as he would think that part of the art through, he thinks the other part of the art through. And many people don't. And many people don't headline card after card, championship opportunity after championship opportunity, participation on the front end and on the back end, any way you want to do it. So many sponsors that they don't have room to put them on their banners anymore, and then they want to sit around and wonder why. Tony Robbins is said to be the greatest motivational speaker in America. Have you ever listened to Tony Robbins? Because he's damn good, but his message is damn simple. You can go spend 4 hours, or I can tell you in 14 seconds. He will tell you, find somebody else who's done what you want to do, and then go copy him. Find somebody who's done what you want to do, whether it was personal life, business life, and go talk to him. Say, how'd you do it? Take the notes and go do what he did. Consider that in considering studying Adesanya.